More than a dot, more than a dot.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad. Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lou Mobley. I'm joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore.
What's up, y'all?
What's the deal, man?
What's up, bro? How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. How's dad life, man?
Dad life is amazing.
I think that's a lie. You know how you be at work and they be like, man, living the dream? That's how I feel about people asking me about dad life.
It's a fact.
Living the dreams.
Nah, it's cool, cuz you get to see your kids grow every day, bro. They teach you new things, you know what I'm saying? They be bad. It's all enjoyable.
I think some of this fatherhood stuff is cat, bro.
Nah, it's not cap, yo.
I think it's like a big moral victory, man. Life is dramatically different.
Yo, I was saying something to somebody the other day, man, because, like, I was having a conversation with somebody about, like, people giving up on their kids. And, like, I was saying, like, man, like, how I really think, like, that's nutty. Like when you have a kid, like, you got to be prepared for, like, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be prepared, like, your kid might be on crack. Like, real rap, bro.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, honest, cuz. Your kid might smoke rocks. So, hold on, bro. I'm just saying, like, if your kid do crack, you can't give up on your kid because your kid smoke crack. You gotta try to get him some help. I'm being honest. Bro,
Yo, what just happened, bro? Did we make a left turn?
Chill, bro. We gotta keep the show going.
I understand.
Yo.
Yo.
Listen,
Yo,
bro.
it's not funny that somebody be smoking crack, but I really wasn't expecting him to say that. Yo, you gotta be prepared. You can't give up on your kids. One day they might be smoking crack. Yo, like, this boy, where he pulled that from?
I'm keeping it a buck, bro.
Yo,
You making us look crazy on camera, bro. We all crying and stuff.
I'm so sorry. My bad, yo. Yo.
You gonna have to re-intro. What I was saying was, you got to be prepared for anything with your kids. Like, you got to support them. So, like, if they go to jail, like, you might have bad kids. Like, you can't just be a parent to good kids. Like, that's what some people be wanting. Like, yo, I just got good kids and all of this. Like, parenting is just more than that. Like, it might get difficult.
Right. No, it's, you know, what's interesting is, like, we recently had a conversation. We was kind of talking about, like, the city and the violence. And I was telling you a little bit about my experience teaching and being a counselor. And I was telling you, like, all these kids that's in the streets don't come from broken homes. They don't come from, like, oh, my parents don't. You know, some of them will, you know. But, like, in my experience, I probably had over 1,000 kids in 5 years at the job I was working. And there were parents that were up there every weekend, you know, sending
Right.
kids packages, loving their kids. Like, they come from good, wholesome people, and the kids just want to be something else. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you would have to, like, learn to parent that kid, you know. And then you had the obvious kids that was like, they, you know, you could tell they don't care because they mom and they dad don't care, grandma don't care. They don't have no support system, right? So they
That's a
searching
fact.
for it somewhere else, right? So I guess you're right, man. You know, everybody want to parent the easy kids. It's real easy to show up, you know, your son LeBron James. Like, you know what I mean? It's real
That's a
easy. Like,
fact.
that's the easy one. But, you know, every kid isn't like that. You know, sometimes, like, we boys, so, like, fight all the time.
Right.
You might have a kid that's still.
That's right. That's
You know
a
what I
fact.
mean? Everybody want a smart kid, but what if your kid ain't so bright? Like, how you gonna parent him? You gonna just put him down, or you gonna find a way to
you gotta
teaching.
manage it.
Yeah.
You gotta figure. You gotta find balance in it. But like, yeah, I just was having that conversation the other day. Like, you really can't give up on like your children, and like the person was explaining it to me. Like, man, but it get rough. Like, and I like, to me, like, once you signed up to do this, like, this what you signed up to do.
Yeah, like for life too, because I
Yeah.
feel like people be hitting us with the 18 joint, like real crazy. Like at 18, you just all this own person. Like, what you gonna stop caring at 18? Like, I wish I could freeze time at like 16. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a fact.
No, but I wanted to get into like the pressure of being a man.
Right.
And like leading the household, and like how you dealing with that, how you coping with that, because I think that's something that's like we don't acknowledge. Like, I think life is hard for everyone. I think everybody has their own battles, but like, as a young dad, as a young man, like, how are you dealing with leading the house and being a man?
To be honest, I don't even really think I think about it. I think you just do. I think you just get in a routine where you just moving, you just doing it. You just doing it because, like, like if I don't go to work and I don't, put food on the table, like, we ain't gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no lights. And like, I don't even think I really thought about like how much pressure and stuff you take on until like my dad passed. And just seeing, because now it's like I do for my kids, my household, and then like my mom, you know what I'm saying, too. So it's like I didn't really see how much of stuff like he was carrying over there that like now I carry at her house or do at her house. And but like this point I actually was getting to was like, I don't think I really like even had time. Like, it's going on about a year now. Like, I don't think I actually ever really had time to like process it or grieve it.
Right.
Just because like as a man, like I gotta, like, this ship gotta keep going because like it don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I break down or something happens with me, then like my kids don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because I got things that's right, like I don't even think I think about it, bro. Like, I think I just move and I go, which is probably not good because like at some point you probably hit a wall and have some sort of breakdown. Fortunately enough, I haven't to this point. Not saying that I can't. I don't think like we above anything, but yeah, you just do it. I think you just internalize a lot of things and you just hold things in. Like I said, like even like with my pop, like I might cry in the shower, nobody see me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everything is like, it's on you. Like even like down to like just the responsibilities of providing. So like, we talk about like even paying majority of the bills. Like if the bills is short, like you got to figure that out.
Right.
Like your wife might come to you and be like, yo, like I don't have money for such and such. Like, and you just gonna have to figure it out. But like, I think it's rare that you actually turn around and you go to her and be like, yo, I don't got it. Like you might just eat it and put something on a credit card or something before you go to her and be like, yo, I don't got the extras.
Right.
But like your wife would probably gladly, easily come in and be like, oh, my check was short, $200. You gotta figure that out. So, yeah, I mean, like those are just some things you just don't even like. You don't even talk about. Like you don't even speak about.
Like, how can I describe it? Like, you know how some things are just not an option for you, right? Like I'm not going back to like living how I was living. To like compared to how I'm living now, I'm not going back, right? So none of that is an option to like fall that far on my face. But it's scary. It's scary. It's a thought. I still go through doubt, even like leading, I don't seek out a lot of like men, like mentorship, whether it's marriage or like family or being a dad. Maybe I should, but it be doubt some of my time. Am I like doing the right thing? Am I teaching them the right things? Was I too hard on them right here? Am I leading us the right way?
Right.
I'm so hype about just being in a safe community because the community I come from is extremely violent. But is that like best for us? It could be a whole different set of issues for my kids being here versus the known issues I'm used to, kids jumping you, fighting, get picked on. I'm used to that. But this could be a different type of issues out here in suburbia.
That's a fact.
I might have introduced them to like being stopped by police earlier or, maybe being the only black kid in this class earlier, any type of thing, you know what I mean? They are different issues than I had. I didn't have them issues, but I questioned myself in that. You know, am I leading? Am I actually the leader I think I am? Am I actually the man for the job?
True.
You know what I mean? So, and I know like mental health is a thing now, and you kind of hit to this. And I'm not really a mental health expert. I don't know anything about anything. So this is just me speaking from my heart. Like, there's not an option to really fail.
Facts.
Right? Like I lost my dad too. There is no breakdown for me. You know what I mean? There's no option to be like, I just don't feel like working. There's no, I want to go do something entrepreneurial and babe, you gotta have to deal with that holding down until I start making money. Like I don't have that option to just go put my weight on somebody else. And as a man, I think, same as you, taking on burdens with my mom when my dad passed, you know, my wife and my kids, I'm just taking on. But there's nobody there for me if I needed to put my burden on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't exist like that. You know, I can't be sitting around here like I'm depressed and I don't feel like working and I've been calling out for the last 15 days. Like they're just not options. They're just options because everybody's looking at you. Like it's like, you looking at you like, Daddy, what's going on? The lights ain't flicking on. Like you know what I mean? What's going on? Like, you know, the gas, you know, the car not running, the house not heating. Like, you know, I don't have that option. And maybe that's like a will mindset thing. And I'm not saying that that's healthy. Please don't, I'm not a mental health expert, but that's just like my mindset. It's like, I got to carry this regardless if I want to or not.
Yeah, you don't have no choice, bro.
You know what I mean? There's nobody to pay my way.
Right.
Like we not kids no more. This is what it feels like to be an adult, and this is what it feels like to be a man in a home, and you say you want a family. You know what I mean? And these are just conversations that I have in my head sometimes. I don't necessarily even call you and talk about it. Like it's just like am I really doing the right? Am I really doing the right things? Like if my daughter grows up, right? I'm in suburbia, and she got natural curly hair, but everybody in her class got straight hair, and she gets picked on for that. I'm gonna feel a type of way about that because I fought for us to be in this quote unquote better neighborhood,
right,
in a better school district with better resources. But her experience is gonna be a hell of a lot different than me just getting picked on at the schoolyard.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Versus, you know, or Manny walking home and he with other kids, but he's singled out by a police officer or something. Like, you know what I mean? I might feel bad, like, because I fought so hard for us to be out of the hood.
Right.
You know, and then it just brings a whole different type of issues.
Yeah, I mean, when your kids get of age, like, it'll probably be more of, like, a conversation. Like, I was talking to Lil Dre the other day about, you know, him having the ability to express himself to me or his mom. Like, if he feels like we're doing something to him that's wrong. So, like, I was explaining to him, like, you know, like me and your mom make a lot of decisions for you based upon how we feel and what we feel is right. But because we feel is right, don't necessarily mean it's right for you. And since he's 13 now, it's crazy to say. Since he's 13, no, it is. So since he's 13 now, it's like you got a little bit of a rope to be like, I really don't like that, or I really don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't want to do that because I might be forcing you in a direction because I feel like this is what's best for you. Right. Because that's how we think. Like, as parents, we think like every decision that we're making is what's best for you, and we really ain't consulting you. So at some point, I just wanted to give that back to him a little bit. Like, not saying like, yo, you could totally just live your life in whatever way you want, but I respect your input and your feedback. And I won't say like, oh, it's a non-negotiable. This is what it is.
Right.
So like, you know, like you just making a decision that you making for your kids because like you just feel like that's what's best. And that's how we got to go with it at this time. At some point, it might be a different conversation and maybe we make some adjustments or find another situation that works better for them if they feel like it comes to that. But right now, you're doing what you got to do.
Yeah, but I'm just aiming at what I think is best and hopefully we land among it. You know what I mean?
That's
so... You know, I don't know. It's a bizarre conversation, but it's a very vulnerable conversation, man. Because I'm sure guys out here are probably like this is a lot. Like you go through this, you have this eye-opening moments of like damn, like what they say. Everybody in poverty is one $2,000 unexpected expense away from,
Being homeless.
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
You know, like just thinking about it, like I was, we was at church the other day, and the guy was preaching about like finances, and like, you know, how to pay off debt, how to save, and then he got into like rainy day funds,
Right.
and it's like, damn, what a privilege to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved just in case something go wrong. What a privilege to have that.
So
and I know I got an awesome job. I don't have that. Actually, I'm nowhere near that. You know what I mean?
listen, me and you both. I don't got a bad
You know what I mean?
job.
But like,
either.
I don't know who creates these little these little standards for things like that. But that's a hierarchy thing like that. Yeah, we got 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up. So if I lose my job, if I'm injured on the job, and it take a long time for the workman comp to come through, we straight regardless. And that's like, that was somebody's snapshot of like being a man and the whole and protecting the family financially. You know what I mean? If I save up that much money, hopefully that's going to a house or something. Like I wouldn't even think that would just be our,
just to have it just sitting there.
you know what I mean? And it's a
fact.
lot, you know. So all them decisions, and like I want to be all them things, I'm just not there yet. And that's another thing that I dealt with. Like I always wanted to do things fast. That's why I worked so hard. That's why I try to do everything the right way, because I wanted to like cut the expectation time on accomplishing certain things.
Right.
So like if you say the guy that was preaching that sermon was in his 50s, and he could say that I live like that and I'm paying debt off like that, but in my head I'm 32. Like, man, I'm trying to do that stuff while I'm 35. Like, I'm trying to be living like, because that's how I see it. Like, how can I expedite this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's been my mindset always. You know, you pull up, you in the streets, and you pull up to somebody that really own a Maserati. He don't look like you. He probably 2 times your age. But like, how do I get that
Now,
or like
Yeah.
within a time where I can still enjoy it? I don't want to be like, I had it and then I died a couple years later. Like, you know what I mean? I aspired on this joint. You know what I mean? But that's just my mindset, bro.
That's a fact.
What?
Because it just made me think about it. Because I do the same thing. Like when I look at like old people like driving fly whips, like, man, I don't want to be 90 in the cool convertible. Because like I need that thing tomorrow.
But it's just so, and it's, as much as I've been realizing, I've been like beating my head against this clock because I'm like so time conscious. It's just like what they say, like men don't peak out in their salary to like age 45.
For real?
These
Yeah,
are like
the stats,
these
bro.
are like these stats, bro. Like that are like real stats. Like you don't peak out into your peak income until that point, and then it might plateau.
No, yeah, we gotta get it before then.
You know what I'm saying? But these are like real numbers. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. I guess I have unrealistic expectations.
No, I mean you where you need to be. It's just gonna keep you driving. That's what it is. It's gonna keep you striving to get to something. You know what I'm saying? You're just not complacent. You're not stagnant. That's it.
Yeah, that's if any time in life I was ever depressed, it was that more than anything else. It's like I feel stagnant right now. I can't be complacent at all.
Yeah, no, you're making it. Question, bro.
What's up, bro?
Do women care about men's happiness?
Do women care about men's happiness? Like, do my happiness matter? No.
Yeah, do your happiness don't matter?
No, my happiness does not matter,
you
man.
mean?
We here to serve, bro. We here to serve. That's another thing. Where my man Javon at? Javon said, man, marriage is serving your wife and not expecting nothing else in return. We here to serve.
I got expectations.
You're going to be disappointed.
I need my back rubbed.
You're going to be disappointed. Nah, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't think so. And I don't think that's, like, intentional or, like, directed right at women like that. I just think, like, as a man, you sign up to be last. And I don't think that we think of that when we get married. I don't think we think of that when we have kids. You sign up to be last. First line of defense, last in priority. And I don't think that we think.
Crazy. You just came up with that?
Yeah. I got bars.
Dog.
I'm just saying, like, but you know, like, we are protectors and providers, and like you that's what you sign up for. Like, you don't, like, all right, say I'm in a house, I got 2 kids, I got a wife, and I got a problem with something.
Right.
I walk through the door. You know who problems I hear first? My wife. You know who problems I hear next? My son. Who know problems I hear next? My daughter. I had a problem before I opened the doorknob. You know what I'm saying? Before I opened the door.
Right.
I can't say my problem. Guess what? After I handled everybody else's problem, you know what problem still I got?
Your problem.
My problem. And that's what it's like to be a man. Because
Can't even disagree.
I'm not I hate to say not a man, but if I come in and I make my problem everybody else's problem, that's wrong. Or I prioritize me more than them, it's a problem.
Right.
That's not how it goes. But I think like these are things we don't think about when we out here making kids and we getting married and we getting older. That's what it really is. So when I say it's not about your happiness, because it's not, because you fourth, you third, you second, you fifth, you know what I mean? You down the line.
You just ain't first.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact though.
No, that's real.
Like if I need sneakers, right? Say I need some work clothes, or not use work clothes because that would be considered essential. But say I want some sneakers. Let's say want, not need. And if they need anything, and the money runs out before I get what I want, guess who don't get what I want?
You.
So I don't think it's important. You know, if they all want to go a place and I want to go somewhere different, we're gonna take him. Manny want to go Chuck E. Cheese. My wife want to go. You know, she want to try a new restaurant. Olsen want to go do some princess stuff, and I want to go ride jet skis. And if the money run out before we get to the jet skis, guess who just didn't get jet skis?
We got you on the next one.
We got you on the next one, and then it's going to be the same priority. It don't start. It's not like
It ain't like it's gonna start from the jet skis on the next one.
No, that's not how it goes. I mean, do you think different? Like, do you feel like your happiness matters?
Yes and no. Sometimes it depends.
Because you know, not to cut you off, I'm not a tyrant if I don't get what I need, and they may become tyrants.
Not May will.
Will become tyrants
Will
if they
become
don't
tyrants.
if they don't get what they need. Like if I don't get what I need, I'm still cool. You can still talk to me. You needed me to do something, I can still do it. Let you not get what you need, it's a bad day. It's bad. It's all bad.
So it's like when you go all out on the holidays and all of that, and like you buy them diamonds and all of this, and then you get a pair of socks, like that vibe.
Or like it's Father's Day, after we then went crazy on Mother's Day, and on Father's Day, you walk in here with some tools.
So you can fix some more stuff.
Like, I don't know if women don't know, like we like gifts too.
That's a fact.
I like to be thought of too. It may not be high up on my list, but I like it too. I like to be thought of. I like to be catered to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if that's like, it can't be a priority, because in their list of priorities, it's the kids, them, and then you. Like, I mean, like it's,
That's a fact.
like, you know what I mean? We're not. I get to him when I get to him. You know, babe, I wanted to. I fell asleep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I dreamed about it. You know what I'm saying?
It just ain't happen.
It just ain't happen. I got tired. You know what I mean? And that's the reality. You know what I mean? But I'm not completely mad at it. I just understand it. I'm like dealing with it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, when I say like kinda, because like in some areas, like I feel like, you know, like my needs really get met. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, oh, like I was made a priority at this time. Now those things can be far and few in between. So I don't disagree when you be like on the totem pole, like they're up here and you down here. Most days, yeah, it's like that. Most days it's like that. Some days I get a little bit. So like, oh, I matter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I matter some.
You know what it's like? It's like everybody got cups and somebody got a pitcher, and we're gonna keep going in a circle pouring the juice in the cups with the pitcher until it run out. And then when it start getting real low and you got to be frugal, all right, we're gonna miss Dad this time and make sure Manny and we got to miss him again, and then we got to miss him again.
What about getting the big piece of chicken? You don't get the big piece of chicken, bro?
Yeah, I get the big piece of chicken. Like I'm not complaining.
No, I know you're not complaining. I'm just, I'm asking.
Yeah, and not to make it seem like I'm not treated, because there are times where I am extremely treated, or like I think my normal day is decent. You know what I mean? Come home to a meal when
Right.
plates made. My normal day is treated. However, if we just talking about conceptually, this is how I feel conceptually about being a man in the house.
So we feel like if nobody in the house got no issues, then we here.
Yes.
If it's issues though, you definitely can bump down. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I agree with that 1,000%.
That's a fact.
If they got issues, then yeah, we going down. But if everything is cool in the crib, we could be up there.
Yeah, but you don't think of that when you 18. Like when you 18 and you see your life, and I don't know if you did. Like one day I'm gonna be a dad, one day I'm gonna be older, one day I'm gonna get married, one day I'm gonna be with somebody.
Negative.
You ain't never see that. You ain't never see that.
Negative.
Chill, bro. You don't consider them things. You think of all the happy moments, and then that's not like what really goes on day to day, or like the sacrifice of that day to day. You're not picturing that. You're picturing the wedding, the honeymoon. You picturing, damn, I'm gonna have a young boy. He gonna play football just like me. You picturing all these things besides what it's really like. When the money gets tight and everybody else they need stuff, or when you really want to focus on paying down a debt or buying something and you can't because they are the priority.
Right.
You don't picture these things when you're sitting here saying, I do.
That's
You know,
the hopeless romantic in you.
You thought of these things?
No. I don't, for real, to be honest, I don't think I really even had like any expectation. That's why I say it's the hopeless romantic in you.
It's definitely the hopeless romantic.
I ain't gonna lie, I spent 90% of my life just winging stuff, bro. Listen, some stuff landed, some stuff didn't. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
I don't know how we even met, bro. How you even came to me packaged like that, yo.
Listen, bro, you know I do that, bro. You know, like I just be like, man, I'm just gonna wing it. Like when you be like, yo, Dre, how we gonna do something? I be like, don't worry, bro, we got it. We're gonna figure it out. That'd be the solution. But as soon as I say that, you be like, all right, it be giving you the confidence that we got it. That's how I got through life. About it, I got it. It's gonna sort itself out. Listen, tomorrow's gonna come at some point.
Man, that's a fact.
So like, yeah, bro, I ain't had them. I don't know. I don't even think I had a vision like, yo, like when I'm a pop, it's gonna be like this. I just was like, man, I'm just trying to be a pop.
You mean a vision like teaching your kids how to ride a bike, shoot a basketball, play catch with a glove? No.
Negative.
No, while we here, then we might as well pod then. All right. So let's talk about it, man. We weren't always pops. We wasn't always somebody's dad. Like, so who was Dre prior to being a dad?
Well, since I got started being a dad at 19, prior to being a dad, I was just living. I didn't have no responsibilities. I barely had a job, for real. 'Cause to be honest, I was staying in my mom's crib and doing what normal 18, 19-year-olds do, just running around, chasing women, doing stuff.
Making babies.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, it was kind of planned and unplanned at the same time. Like in my head, like I always knew I wanted to have a kid. Don't know why I wanted to have a kid at that time. But like in my head, for some reason, like for real, I kind of just wanted to have a kid since I was like 16. Like I'm like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to just have like a little young boy.
We gonna just gloss over that.
That's real though. You want to know what made me? I don't know. I'm a very impulsive person. Like I'm very go with the flow. Like I'm a Pisces, a true Pisces, like at heart. So like one day the wind blow me this way, one day the wind blow me that way. So like a lot of things aren't really thought completely through, being honest. If I can be transparent, I think things a lot through more today because I handle it better. But like my mom always used to tell me, like, she used to call me her beach boy. That's what she used to say, like, yo, you my beach boy. You always just so cool. Like I don't really know like if you hot or cold or if things really like bother you. So like that's just how I just went. So like I ain't really never overthink too much. I just was like, man, I think I want to have a kid, yo. Like I'm like, it's just something to do. Like I'm real one of them like get bored. That's probably why I wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause if I get bored, like I'm gonna just start doing a bunch of dumb stuff. Like if I got an abundance of money, like I'm probably gonna do some bullshit.
We headed towards a bag. Hopefully you don't blow it.
I'm not gonna blow it. You my partner. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but
you gonna get me to blow mine too.
No. we gonna make the right things. I'm just saying, like, I get bored easily, and when I get bored, my mind automatically shifts to like what I could do to make me unbored. So like I think I probably was just bored. So I was just like, yo, man, like it'd be cool to like just have like a little kid running around, not knowing no better, not knowing how I'm gonna take care of this joint.
Not knowing how much diapers cost and stuff like that.
None of that. I wasn't thinking about none of that. No preparation. So kind of just was like, just did it. But then like the moment it happened, I was just like, dang, I really don't want to be a dad. Like the moment it left, like prior to like her getting pregnant, I wanted to be a dad. Like, yo, I'm about to have a kid. And then, like, after she got pregnant, I'm like, dang, I really don't want her to have this baby. Like, my mind has shifted so fast, bro. Like, dang, like, I really don't want to do this. So, like, that's really where I was at, like, before I was a pop. And then, like, once he got here, then it was just, everything shifted, bro. I got, you know, jobs were stable. I moved out my mom's crib at 19, like the week before my 20th birthday. Been living on my own ever since. So like it was it was a blessing for me because like Lord knows like no kids, Dre, like I'd have been on some bullshit probably.
Right.
It gave me structure. But that was me before I had a kid. Yeah, whatever the spirit moves me.
Dang, well, you know, I became a dad later. I became a dad at 29.
Oh,
So I had 10 years to run around and live
how
life.
is that? Can I ask you that? Like, I ain't really like get to like, you know, I always live vicariously through you and Deem. Like, I used to say that. Like, I like it was like me going to college and I didn't. Like, I'd be on Temple campus with Deem and all the Temple parties. Like, oh, this is my man. He used to be lying like he play on the team, and I used to be like, dog, they know I'm like this big, and they know I don't play on the team, bro.
Right.
Used to be lying to get me in, but that was like y'all really got to like live that. So like, what that was like?
I mean, you know, let's start off a little younger. Like I feel like I was always a good kid, did what I was told, made good grades, worked real hard. I started playing football late, which is rare. I ain't started playing until like 11th grade, and I walked on in college and earned a scholarship to IUP, and it was cool. But I was still like in my shell. I wasn't outspoken. I had to learn this whole like closed mouths don't get fed thing. But I was very shy. You know, I had to go meet friends. You know, I had Kadeem like my longest tenured friend. You know what I mean? To go make friends at like 18 years old and like, you know how guys are, like the locker room, like it's boys club. Like you got like how do I fit in here?
Right.
I had to learn how to fit in. I became a chameleon.
Shout out to Chris Palmer.
But it was cool, you know. It was fun, and now I think about it, like with all these bills showing up with my full government name on it, I'd be like, damn, I miss like when I ain't get mail. You know what I'm saying? Like why these Jones really say my name? I ain't got no deniability in this, bro.
Listen.
You know, but like it was. I got to live that for a long time, like the carefree, you know, date, go to school, have fun. You know, like I know one thing I miss now compared to now. I used to like do nothing for hours. Like I wasted a lot of days chilling, playing the game, taking naps. I ain't taking a nap. Like, yo, I don't be taking no naps as dads. You know what I mean? Like
Get no naps.
you don't get no naps. You know, and I hung out a lot. So once I made friends, or when I was around my friends from home, we hung out endlessly. Like you know, cats come over at 9 o'clock, watch the game. Before you know it, it's 5 in the morning. Well, you might stay, bro. I'm gonna go get the quotes. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're gonna make little pilots, and everybody be camped out somewhere, and that was cool. I got to live that for a long time. Even when I started to get my own places, like it was still like, yo, Dean, come through. Like it was still that.
Love.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and I was focused on career. You know, I'm real career driven. I just wanted to be somebody. I wanted to, you know, make a decent living for myself and like, you know, be something different than like my environment was cashing out. So I focused on that for a long time. I went back to school, get my master's. You know, I got to do all these things like where you can like focus and try to aim bigger. I got to do them things because I wasn't a dad yet. I didn't have a family. I didn't have responsibilities. You know, and I guess that's the biggest difference.
It's huge.
You know what I mean? But you know, that's really weird. That's really the difference, man. I think it went by too fast. I wish I could still take a nap, or I could sit here and do nothing.
Bad time.
Like people don't believe it, man. Like I don't watch much sports. I don't watch much TV. Like it's Coca-Melon, it's Word Party, it's this one and that one, it's Mini Force. Like I don't watch a lot of stuff. People be like, Lou, you used to watch football all weekend. I'd be like, I don't have the investment no more. You know, people used to like call me, be like, yo, what series you watching? I ain't watching no series. I didn't finish Power. I barely finished Game of Thrones. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It just, like, life changed. I used to play the game for hours. Now I'm down to playing, like, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I play Call of Duty for an hour,
Right.
3 hours. 3 hours a week, maybe. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. I'm boring. I'm like washed up for real.
Nah, you a dad, bro. You not washed, cuz.
And I got small children. I'm hoping some of the things come back when they get bigger, where like, you know, like Manny can like bathe himself and go to bed versus me sitting on the tub and these used to be my favorite
Dedicating
thing.
the time and all that.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like you could turn your you got older kids, you could turn your back and be like, yo, Dre's time to go wash up, and you could turn your back and go back to doing what you was doing.
That's a
You know.
fact. Yeah, that's why I would say it's all like culture shock. Like, you know, my kids 8 years apart, dog. Like, by the time Dre was doing everything, you know what I'm saying, on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta carry Ash around, still bathing him, still like he need I mean, he getting more independent by the day though, I'm not gonna lie. Like he won't get himself dressed, but he get his own jackets and hats and he break the hangers. Every day. And I tell him not to do it. I be like, yo, because what'll happen is like I gotta get him dressed before I get dressed. Cause it's just easier for me. Because like I'm gonna go sit in the shower for like a half hour to 45 minutes to like mentally prepare myself for the day. So like,
Yo, Ash be terrorizing little Dre. You be hiding in the bathroom, bro.
Yeah, I be in the bathroom. But listen, so like I get him dressed and then I go in the bathroom and I just sit there for like 40 minutes. I don't lock the door or nothing. He come in, he had the coat on, and I know he done broke the hanger because he not big enough to get up there to get it, so he just yank it. He done crack all the hangers. He break all the hangers. And every day I be like, yo, wait for me. I don't want to wait. He just don't wait, bro. So he trying to get self-sufficient. Like Ash, if he could reach everything, he pretty much can do it. Except he can't put like shirts on now, and some sneakers be hard. He can get his own snacks though. Like I leave, like when I be trying to go to sleep, I just leave his snacks out.
Bro, I don't go to sleep with Manny there. I wait till Manny go to sleep to go to sleep.
Negative. I'm getting some sleep.
No, you brave.
What are you gonna do? Break his toys?
Break himself.
Nah. Bro, no.
Break
Kid-
himself, bro.
Listen, man.
Manny did climb this bookshelf like Spider-Man and then lost a footing or something like.
You listen. Then once it go boom, once it crash down, you gonna hear it.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
Oh, it's over. He gonna be under. He gonna be
and
under
I
the
snore,
bookcase.
so like I gotta really be startled over my own snoring. Like you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
yo,
like
bro.
I assume you know Osa when she her crib at night and she wake up, I probably wake her up from my snoring. But like I assume that like when I get to her, she be sweating. So I knew that she was in here crying mad long before I went over there and got her. Like, yo, she probably be like, yo, this dude really.
Yo, I sleep through all that, bro. I don't think I've ever woken up in the middle of the night from one of my kids crying. Ever.
I just think you're not programmed to do it. I don't think it's a thing.
I sleep heavy like that though. One day when I was a kid, my mom came in the room and she cursed me out like the next morning. She gonna say something. I got up. She like, you ain't hear me come in your room last night? I'm like, no. She like, yes you did. I know you did. I came in there to turn the TV off and I tripped and fell. And I know you hurt me. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Like I didn't hear nothing. She swear up and down like to this day, like I heard her fall and hurt herself, and I just laid there because I didn't want to get up and help her up. I'm like, yo, this lady is crazy.
That's because we be faking sleep on
No,
any
I
other occasion.
was asleep though. Like I'm like, yo, but I really sleep like that. So I had to tell her from that moment. I'm like, yo, listen, mom, if it's a fire in the house, I need you to make sure you come get me. Like, don't assume that I heard the fire alarm and I'm gonna be running out behind you because I'm probably not. And I sleep like I don't wake, bro. I don't wake up through none of that. Like this house could be falling down. Like once I'm asleep, it's over. So nah, I feel that.
Y'all ain't got no y'all.
Ash wake me up every day though, every morning for like something dumb.
You need a dog or something because if y'all have an intruder, bro, like I'm gonna need you to not be.
They gonna have to tap me. If you touch me, I'll get up. That's the thing. I won't wake up from noise, but touch. If you touch me, if you just touch my arm, I'll wake up. I ain't that bad. Like I don't sleep through touch. I just sleep through noise. All right, but yeah, Ash wake me up every day with chips and dumb stuff every morning.
Now speaking of the kids, man, like what's the like craziest thing like you caught your kids playing with?
I don't know. Ash stored paper in his mouth. I don't know if that count with playing with something.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like he
What do you
stores
mean?
paper in his mouth. So like if he go in the bathroom, like he'll get the toilet tissue and like roll it up in a ball, and you just store it in his mouth like a squirrel, and it'd just be wet.
Pause.
Oh, my bad. I was just saying because that's what he do. Then he don't do nothing with it. I had to be telling him all the time like, yo, stop eating, stop putting paper in your mouth. But it's just his thing. Like, I don't know. Other than that, like it's regular kids stuff like boxes and stuff. But that's it. I don't think they play with nothing crazy. I'm trying to think.
It's just mind-boggling, like how much toys cost, right? So I was in like Target, unfortunately, not by choice.
You always be in Target, bro.
And against my own will.
We got to boycott Target.
No, we need the bag from Target. Put this merch in there for Father's Day.
That's a fact.
But I was in a toy aisle and I'm just like, yo, it can't be things in there this big going for $50. This is like the biggest ripoff ever. Like not the action figures are. Not offending nobody. The toys are very short in stature. You know. And I'm like, yo, there's no way. Like my mom was bringing me X-Men like this big for that price. You know what I'm saying? I would have a bunch of them.
Right.
Not you trying to sell me and hustle me as a dad for the eighth of the size of the big one. You know what I'm saying?
For $50.
For $50. I'm like, yo, it's no way. It's no way. And with that being said, now, Manny, I don't blame you for playing with the box or playing with the screw that you done pulled out your trampoline. I don't blame you for that because daddy ain't buying the toy this big for $50. I just can't do it. Like, I just need my 50 to go further.
That's a fact.
Like, the dinosaur I bought Ash was like $60.
Yeah.
It was huge. The dinosaur.
The dinosaur was bigger than him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not Manny like in the toy that's this big. Like, no, Manny, this ain't it.
You gotta put that back. Man, yo, I was in King of Prussia yesterday with Ash and Lil Dre. And we walked past this stand thing, man. They had all this like super dumb pop-it toys, squishy balls, slinkies, all types of stuff. So we walked past. So Ash like, I like, oh, can I get? Nah, come on, let's go. I'm like, let's go. So we walk past it. He start bawling. So it's a lady there. She like, oh, you're not gonna get in the toy? I'm like, no. I'm like, and don't like ignore him. Like you feeding into that. Like he just crying for no reason. Like, come on. So he crying the whole time. So I'm like, Ash, we gonna come back. So he like, no, you're not. You trying to trick me. I'm like, we gonna come back. He like, no. Like he like telling me, like he just keeps saying like, no, you tricking me. I'm like, yo, I promise we gonna come back. It's so crazy that like me and like Lil Dre is like negotiating with him to get him to stop crying. And he's just like not with it. Like now he done walked away. He folded his arms. He's standing on the other side because I'm trying to read the directory thing to figure out where the store I'm looking for is at. He on the other side of the pole thing with his arms folded, like taking a stance. So I'm like
boycotting.
Right. So I'm like, all right, man. All right, come on, let's just go back. Now I'm folding. Now I'm folding. So we go back to the stand thing. Now he ain't crying. On the walk back, he ain't even crying no more. Everything regular. We get there, so like he start picking up little squishy stuff, slinky, all this stuff. So it's a lady there. So I'm like, how much is this? She like, oh, they $7 a piece. Like these little 50-cent looking toys.
These toys that you go to the Dollar Tree and get for $1.25.
Like they $7 a piece. All right, man, what you want? So we get the little slinky thing, man. We get the slinky, man. Before we even we in the car. We don't even get to the crib. He done tangled it up. It's crazy now. You can't even use it. Ain't even slinky no more. That joint look like a paper clip, bro. Bent the wrong way. I'm like, well, there go my $7 down the drain.
Yo. They be hustling,
and
man.
He still wanted to play with that junk. It was trash.
You know, the two biggest markets is the market for kids and the market for women. You know, they drive product, bro. So if you got a toy and you overprice it, you know you're going to cash out because you at the mercy of your kids. Once the kid done seen it, yo, daddy, I want, you at the mercy.
It's wild. Take your kids to the store with you.
Yeah, they got to stay home.
Fact, bro.
Stay out of Target, too. I'm just playing. No, man. You know, if you're dealing with the pressure of being a man and a pops, make sure you talk to your homies about it or go to your therapist.
That's a fact. Listen to our podcast. You ain't the only ones. You know what I'm saying? We could relate.
No, absolutely, man. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our online store. It's springtime. Go grab you some T-shirts and some dad hats. You know, support More Than a Dad. The support has been unreal. Y'all keep us motivated to keep this thing going. So, thank you. Until next time.
Appreciate y'all.
More than a dot, more than a dot.